I'm not. I didn't prime. I'm getting annoyed with myself. Welcome back, I hope you're all doing well. If you're new here, my name's Rhiann. So I just wanted to sit down and film sort of like a first impressions video. So I did pick up a few things from Boots and Superdrug the other day. I just kind of want to try them out, see how they are. Let me tell you, I am probably very late to the game in some of these releases, if you will. But sometimes we don't go out and spend money on things straight away, do we? So I just kind of wanted to jump on here and then test them on camera so that you can see how they perform, my first impressions of them. I'm just rambling now. So I'm first just going to quickly throw on some lip balm. This is just the CARMEX Cherry Moisturising Lip Balm. So I'm just going to spray my face with this Revolution Glycolic Acid Revitalising Essence Spray. So glycolic acid is extremely good for the skin if you're wanting to exfoliate different layers of it. So I'm just going to quickly spray my face before I put any moisturiser or anything on. And then I'm just going to let that sink into the skin. So after that's sunk into the skin, I'm going to use the Simple Hydrating Booster. It's a water boost. It has minerals and plant extract. By the way, both these two things have been in the fridge. It's honestly, if you've got like any like irritated skin and you want to calm it, I'd suggest like putting like a moisturiser in the fridge or something. Honestly, game changer. So I'm just going to put this on my skin, but I'm going to use this as sort of like a moisturiser just because I want my skin to be really hydrated. So once that's synced into the skin, I'm just going to take my Pears bar of soap and I'm just going to take that same whatever. I'm just going to take that same spray that we used earlier and I'm just going to put like 3 sprays of that in, and then I'm going to take a spoolie and then just sort of like vigorously rub that into the soap and the spray just to create a paste. And then with this I'm going to do my eyebrows. So what I'm first going to do is I'm just going to brush the hairs up and then out. So I'm sort of going to roll the spoolie into the eyebrows as well, just so that the product gets on the hairs easier. And then especially at the front, that's where I'm going to have them stand up straight the most. And then with the same spool, I'm going to sort of lay them a little bit flat so that I can create that shape that I want. So now that the eyebrows are done, I'm going to go in with foundation. I've been loving this NYX Bare With Me Tinted Skin Veil. It does provide the coverage that you need. I'd say it's that more medium coverage, if I'm honest. I'm not going to say it's super light because it's not. Like this spot right here that I have that you probably can't see on camera. It will cover it. So yeah, I've really been enjoying this. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that, on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to dot it all over my face and then blend it out with a beauty blender. packaging is nice. It's like a soft matte packaging that's got rose gold just there. Oh, it's cute. So the colour, it does look quite warm toned, but it also looks like it will go with my skin tone quite well to contour with. One thing I noticed about this, with it being a foundation, they had quite a wide shade range, which I thought was really good. So yeah, and with it being a foundation, I decided that it should probably blend easier than like a concealer or anything like that. So I'm just going to pop this everywhere I'd normally contour. I'm going to go higher up than where my cheekbone is, just so that when I blend it, I know it's going to blend down but not too far. So I'm just going to put a little bit there. I'm just going to put a little bit on my forehead at the sides here, a little bit across. I'm also going to do the sides of the nose as well. Keep in mind I'm no pro at contouring noses. And then I'm also going to put some just in the crease. And then I'm going to join that out towards the temples, just because doing that can lift your eyes really well. And then I'm also going to put a little bit just under the lip, just to contour that. And then on the jawline as well. And now we're going to pray that it doesn't just sit there and dry. So to blend that out, I'm going to use the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. And I'm just going to start by sort of pressing this on. So I'm just going to go over that with my sponge. And then I'm just going to drag that all the way down my neck as well. I'm actually going to spray my brush really quickly, just with that same spray we were using earlier. Not because it's drying quickly or anything like that, but I just think if you were to spray your brush with sort of like a setting spray or anything like that, it does kind of help it melt into the skin easier. One thing I will say about that stick is that when I was applying it to the skin, it glided on really easily. I'm just going to continue to sort of push this in and then do circular motions as well. Sort of push and then buff it into the skin. So it's definitely going to have to be more of a bronzing stick instead of like a contour stick, just because it is very warm toned, but then again it is also a foundation. If they did these in like actual contour sticks, like the exact same formula, I think they'd probably sell very well. So I'm just going to buff what's in the crease out as well. Take that same sponge that I was using earlier, just to diffuse it. So yeah, it is actually blending out really well, and it's not setting like super fast, but you also don't need a lot, so I could have probably done like half of what I've put on my face. For the nose, I'm going to use the Cut Crease Brush by Beauty Bay, and then just lightly at the sides, and then just underneath here as well. So very quickly, I'm just going to take that same e.l.f. concealer that we were using earlier, and I'm just going to lightly put a line down the centre of the nose just so I can highlight it. And then I'm actually just going to let that sit there for a little bit and wait for it to sort of get a little bit tacky, just because that way I feel like it sort of keeps that initial shape for you when you are contouring your nose. So to set the concealer that's underneath the eyes, I'm going to use just it above the brow. I'm actually going to use this same brush just to make sure I've pushed everything into the hairline, because I kind of look like I'm wearing like a bronzer helmet right now. I'm going to push that in and make sure I don't have a white line. So I'm again going to use that Revolution Glycolic Acid Spray just to spritz my face because of all the powder we've just used. And this is going to make everything just like melt into the skin and melt as one. So whilst that spray dries on the skin, I'm going to try out the Maybelline New York. I'm going to try out the Maybelline The Falsies Lash Lift Mascara. I've heard some really good things about this. It's meant to like sort of give you that false lash effect. And again, I'm going to try with these stupid ass nails to open this up. I haven't even got it all off. 5,000 years later! I mean, is all that plastic really necessary for a mascara? I'm just going to apply this to my lashes like I normally would. So I'm going to start at the base and then I'm going to wiggle the wand as I go to the end of the lashes. And then I'm just going to make sure I've got the wands on the inner corner as well. And then I'm going to lightly comb through the bottom ones. Okay, so I really like this. Like, it does create that false lash effect. And it is actually really good for the bottom lashes as well. As long as you have a light hand when you're combing through the bottom lashes, it does actually work really well. I thought because of the wand on it being so thick and so chunky that it'd be really hard to get the bottom lashes, but no, it's actually doing a really good job. She good. So I'm just going to do the other eye of camera and then I'll be back to put on some false lashes. So the eyelashes that I'm going to use today are the Ardell Naked Lashes in 421. So I'm just going to use the Duo Lash Glue. I'm going to make sure that I put extra just on the ends of the lashes just so that they don't pop off. I was debating putting on mascara. I was debating putting on false eyelashes just because this mascara is so good on its own already. So now that I've put the eyelashes on, I'm going to highlight and I'm going to use the Sleek Makeup Highlighting Palette in Copper Plate. And I'm going to use that on a Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH09 brush. And I think I'm going to take this bottom left shade here. I'm just going to put this on the cheekbone, the nose, above the brow and then the Cupid's bow as well. I'm just going to blend that all out with this same bronzer brush that I was using earlier, so it all melts together and to diffuse any of the harsh lines. And then to finish the look off, I'm going to use the W7 Lip Twister in Very New. We're going to start by just overlining the centre of the bottom lip. And then I'm going to very carefully overline the centre of the top lip as well. And then I'm going to connect it together with the sides. And then for lipstick, I'm going to use the I don't know how you pronounce this, Merc Beauty lipstick, I think that's it, in the shade Flawless. And I'm just going to put this all over my lips and then meet it up to the lip